Happy Valentine's Day, everyone. And in honor of this romantic occasion, we're going to be talking about our top 3 favorite Degrassi ships of all time. Hey, I'm Carrie from DegrassiBlog.com, and welcome to another edition of Degrassi Corner. And today, I want to know what your top 3 favorite Degrassi ships of all time are. So go ahead and leave those top 3 in the comment section below. Now I'm going to go ahead and tell you my top 3, and it's really weird because my top 3, they all have some similarities to them. Actually, there's quite a few similarities to the top 3 ships of mine. Number 1, the situations are fairly similar. You have a guy who's sort of there, and then all of a sudden this girl comes into his life, and the girl is a pretty good influence on the guy and actually makes the guy a better person. And it's not just a matter of the girl coming in and the guy being the person who benefits from the relationship the most. It's a situation where both people become better people because of their relationship. We see in all 3 cases, in all 3 of my favorite ships, where the characters, they sort of become support systems for each other, especially during these really tough times that we see they're having on the show. So without further ado, here are my top 3 Degrassi ships. Number 3 on my list is none other than Peter and Darcy. Now, it's funny because Peter, at the very beginning of his tenure on the show in seasons 5 and 6, he was not that good of a dude. Especially with those, when it came to that cameraman, he taking nude pics of Manny, taking sexy pics of Darcy. Yeah, but then we see the situation where Darcy, who is this she's very strong Christian, and she's very forgiving, so she's willing to take a chance on Peter despite the fact that he's done all this really sketchy stuff. And she takes the time to actually see what's going on with Peter, what's happening in his life, and we see that there's a lot of tension between his mom and his dad who are split, and it's causing a lot of stress and anxiety for Peter. So throughout the relationship, we see them relying on each other emotionally for support. We see Peter relying on Darcy. She's supporting him throughout his whole parental situation. And then in season 7, the tables are turned and we see Peter giving Darcy much needed support after she's been raped. Another interesting trend with my top 3 favorite ships is that 2 out of the 3 ended prematurely because someone had to leave the show a little too early. Peter and Darcy ended when the actress Shanae Grimes, she left Degrassi to go be a superstar on the CW. In that remake of 90210. But they just basically shipped Darcy off to Africa, and we haven't really heard anything about that since. So to this day, it's been like 10 years, we just still assume she's there. Number 2 on my list of my 3 favorite Degrassi ships of all time is Drew and Bianca. Now, I didn't initially ship Bianca. They were around for quite a while before I actually shipped them because unlike a lot of people, I only have 2 really different gears when it comes to shipping. I either ship a couple or I care absolutely nothing about their existence. I usually don't hate couples all that much. I'm just either I love them or I'm pretty indifferent toward them. So it wasn't until the end of season 12, the episode Zombie Part 1, when I officially started shipping Bianca. In that episode, the storyline was we had Drew. Someone had anonymously nominated him to be class president for the upcoming school year. And we learned that it was actually Bianca who was the one who nominated him. I just really love that scene because Drew's character, his main arc from season 12 all the way until the time that he actually left the show, was he was just this guy who had no confidence in himself whatsoever. So Bianca nominated him for class president because not only did she want him to have something to do to keep him preoccupied after she graduated and left for college, she also nominated him because she thought he would be good at it. She had faith in this guy who didn't even have faith in himself. And the crazy part about me shipping Bianca is that even though it sucks that they broke up, I really enjoyed their breakup plot in season 13. I know a lot of people weren't very happy with the fact that Bianca just came back out of nowhere to break up with Drew. A lot of people were like, well, why was there no warning about this? But the thing is, Degrassi did that on purpose. They wanted us to be in Drew's shoes as he was breaking up so that we felt exactly what he felt when Bianca came back and then just suddenly broke up with him. I don't know about you guys, but I was completely blindsided by that. And usually, see, the thing was, back in season 13, or actually in season 12, at the end of season 12, we had two major ships on the show, Bianca and Eclair, both major ships on the show, and they had characters who graduated from the show, and both of those ships were still intact. So at that point in the show, you know, some red flags were popping up because very rarely do ships on Degrassi ever end up in-game. So my thought there was, you have these two major ships, both of them are still intact with people having graduated, so at least one of these ships is going to be in-game. My initial prediction was Bianca because they had the whole history with the engagement. They seemed like they were going to be able to get through the whole college experience, but I was wrong on that one. But yeah, Bianca, they're a solid number 2 ship. At this point, my number 1 and my number 2, I don't think I could ever foresee them ever being replaced by any couple in the future. And finally, my number 1 favorite Degrassi ship of all time, this will probably never ever change, Sean and Ellie. If you want to know the answer why, just go back and watch Degrassi The Next Generation, Season 3, Episode 16, Take On Me. We have these two very different characters who share one thing in common, the fact that they're both outcasts in their own right. And there's also various rumors surrounding both of these characters. In Ellie's case, the rumors are that she's a cutter, and in Sean's case, there's the rumors going around that he's stealing equipment from the school. And in reality, the rumors about these characters are actually true. However, neither of these characters care about that. Ellie's not afraid of Sean. She doesn't see him as this big, scary guy. And Sean isn't freaked out by Ellie, by the fact that she's a goth girl who cuts. And of course we get the beautiful rooftop scene where we see them together and they're, Ellie, she pulls down her arm and she shows all of the scars from where she's cut. And Sean, he's not fazed by that at all. And as a matter of fact, he just rubs her arm and then next thing you know, they're holding hands and my favorite ship has been born. And then Degrassi had to go and rip my heart out and break them up in the middle of season 4. I don't know. I can't. Don't think I've forgotten what you've done, Degrassi writers. So there it is, my top 3. Number 3, you have Parsi. Number 2, you have Bianca. And my favorite Degrassi ship of all time has been and forever will be Sean and Ellie. And of course, I want to know what your top 3 Degrassi ships of all time are, so leave those in the comments section below. And yeah, we're in the middle of a Degrassi hiatus right now, but you might want to subscribe to this channel anyway, just in case some news breaks. You don't want to miss out on that, do you? But thank you so much for watching. Hope you have a happy Valentine's Day, and I'll catch you in the next video.